Hi guys, so today I'm going to talk about the Powell Peralta Rat Bones 90A version, coming in 16mm only, and I have it set up on a 10-inch block label board with Indy 215s with soft bushings and quarter-inch risers. So I really want to talk about how smooth they roll, how good they are for tricks, and how well they slide. So for me, a cruiser wheel needs to be smooth enough, but personally I also need it to slide well. So let's first go over how smooth they roll. So I would say that they roll smooth enough. I'd say its limits, it's when the asphalt gets really chunky and really sharp. That's when it starts to stop. Now it is a little bit on the harder side, a 90A, but it does roll over good enough on somewhat chunky asphalt and rough pavement. So I'd say that's where you want to push. That's where you want to keep it there. Anything rougher than that and you risk damaging the rear wheel or not rolling at all. And I'll show an example. So this is the type of asphalt that I'm talking about, where the wheel performs the best. Not sure if you can see the details. Right. And here's a little bit more smoother one. Right, and here's the ground where, say, the wheel is being pushed to its limits. You can see there's a lot of big, sharp chunks that really stops a wheel. And this is the type of ground where you really want a much more softer wheel, like an 85A or an 80A. So how good are they for tricks? Well, definitely a lot better than the soccer wheels. I can definitely feel the ground better when I'm using the board, and the rebound isn't bad, just like a soft wheel. So the big difference between a soft wheel and a hard wheel and how it affects your tricks is the rebound. So a softer wheel has more rebound than a hard wheel. It means it's more bouncy. But then what happens is when you try to do a trick and your board lands and the wheel hits the ground, all that energy needs to go somewhere. Where? So with a hard wheel, all that energy can't launch back into the hard wheel. So instead, it's going to launch you forward. While with a soft wheel, all that energy launches directly back into the wheel in the opposite direction because of how bouncy the wheel is. So you'll experience a lot of stoppage. So your board would just stop when you do your tricks, launching you forward, giving you wheel bites. It's really not fun. That's why a lot of trick skaters use hard wheels. They never use a soft wheel unless they absolutely have to, just like skating a ditch or something. But you know, these are actually pretty well, even though they're a softer durometer, and show you some examples of me skating them with these. So I know what some of you guys are going to say, that's an old school board with old school wheels. You need to do old school tricks. And don't worry, I got you right here. Alright, so next, how do they slide? I'd say they slide pretty well, you know. For reference, to compare, what I have here is my regular board, which is the Spitfire Formula 4 tablets in a 99 durometer. And I'll show you how they slide comparably. Alright, so as you can see, they slide pretty well. Definitely this wheel has a shorter power slide, so because of how grippy it is. So when you're sliding, the wheel doesn't want to move, it's just going to grip. And that's great for a cruiser board, because when you're power sliding, generally that means you're trying to make a really sudden stop to avoid hitting something. Definitely doesn't sound the greatest. Sounds like someone's ripping one. But you know, you get that with soft wheels. If you want a good, clean sound, yeah, that's not gonna happen with a soft wheel. I'm not too impressed about the shape though. Let me explain. So, the Rat Bones is asymmetrical shape. So, one side is different than the other. So, don't know if you can see here, but on the outside it's a rounded edge, and on the inside it's a flat square edge. So, this is really in theory. Not sure if it's true, but I'll explain what I mean. So when you're sliding, all your weight goes back, and since this edge is rounded, if the board feels like it wants to tip over like that. Well, if this was a square edge or a lip or like a straight cut lip, you'll see a lot of them in downhill longboard wheels. That lip prevents the board from tipping over. Now, I'm not sure if that's true or if that's in my head, but that's my theory as to why downhill longboard wheels are shaped the way they are. And really, I haven't been able to find a perfect wheel that's a good small size for a standard skateboard and be able to slide really, really well. You know, this has its issues, I would say. Not so much as a soccer wheel, but definitely the sliding, because sometimes I'm able to slide really, really well, but other times it just feels like I can't slide. So what I mean is, half the time it will slide, but then I will just stop and get launched forward. You know, it's okay, because I'm just trying to make a sudden stop, but really, generally, what you want to do is be able to power slide and stay onto your board. When I'm trying to answer my own question, how well do they slappy? I think they're okay. You know, definitely a harder wheel is better. Harder wheel is better for anything except for cruising. You know, these do the job enough. So really, I'm not looking for a whole session of slappies, but really just trying to, when I'm going from point A to point B, I want to hit some curves along the way, you know? Make the cruise a bit more fun. So would I recommend this as a cruiser wheel? I'd say so, yeah. Personally, I think it's fine, but really I would just only do it for a bigger board, like a old school board, or the Powell Peralta reissues that they sell. Those come with nearly the same parts. They come with Rat Bones, Indy 169s, you know, a good old school Bones Brigade deck. Yeah, so if you're looking to set up an old school cruiser, I'd say go for it. But if you're looking to set up a cruiser with just a standard skateboard shape, I would go with something else. You know, Spitfire ADHD isn't too bad. Powell G slides, I review those. Those are great for a little bit bigger boards. Mini logo A-walls aren't too bad. Yeah, so that's what I think about the Rat Bones. Just let me know what you guys think. If you had experience with the wheels, either back in the 80s or currently right now. Love to know your opinions, you know, where I'm right, what you agree with me on, where I'm wrong, what did I miss. Just let me know. Thanks for watching.